Okay. In the book, who made a difference in Sean's life? Well, I say nigger because he showed him how to love and care for others.
I would say it'd be Nigger and Mr. Hassler because Mr. Hassler was helping him figure out what things to do and not to do and teaching him all these important lessons and stuff. What do you think, Zach?
No, I agree with you.
Okay. And what choices did Sean make because of nigger? Well, he made kind of good choices because nigger was like part of the family now. And
one of them was when he took the bullet for Nigger and Mr. Hassler because he wanted to protect both of them, and he hated Sean a lot. So
yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think he saved Nigger because he didn't want him to get hurt like he did.
I agree with that because he didn't want Nigger to get hurt like he did when the mom did. When did it to him?
Or what the mom did to Sean.
Yeah.
Back to the difference, I think the judge made a big difference in Sean's life because when he came out, he said that he could work at the farm, go live with his dad, or stay at the farm. I think that the judge made a difference because he's given him all these opportunities and letting him know that the judge can help. And then the judge also made a difference because the judge sent him in to the farm. Mm-hmm. So I think that the judge had a lot to do with it because if Sean wouldn't have been sent to the farm, then this wouldn't have happened, and it would probably be a lot different. What do you think, Zach?
I totally agree with that.
Well, Mrs. Rocker kind of made a difference in Sean's life too because she helped him with his help him get better and stuff.
I agree with that, and she also was always around.
Yeah.
She was coming to see him, so she cared a lot about him. And told him, or when she said about the hero paper when the night before she came, that's when Mr. Hassler talked to him about the bullet and that stuff. And then she came, and that's who he was inspired by.
Yeah.
Mr. Hassler. About that story and the bullet, how the soldier gave it to him. What do you think, Zach?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because do you have anything else to add about that question?
How would the story be different if it started out with Sean caring about people and thinking and their things?
We like to
You wouldn't have to do community service.
It would kind of affect, he would know what was right and wrong, and he wouldn't have to be taught that.
I agree with you. And then I also think that that it could be a lot different because he wouldn't be going to the parties because he'd be a lot smarter and he wouldn't have problems with Rick.
Yeah.
And not having to worry about him if he was smarter because he kept saying stuff and yeah.
How did John learn to care for things? Well, I think he learned for things because he learned a different life and community service.
Yeah, my idea builds on that. And that if he wouldn't have gone to the farm and learned all the stuff that Mr. Hassler was teaching him, then he wouldn't have had to, or if he would have already known that stuff, then he wouldn't have had to been there. But since he was there, he was learning all that stuff from Mr. Hassler, like cleaning, so he cares for the animals and the barns, the horses, and Nicker. Oh, and the puppy.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to end your conversation a minute or two early because I want us to evaluate before the bell rings. How were the two discussions different?
Trey gave more lead-in stuff to try to get more people involved.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to tout Trey here. Trey, you did a fabulous, mature job of bringing in others that are going to speak first. And even when you showed self-control when you were about to answer something and you realized, oh, wait a minute, Zach should have the first say because he just should, because he's got stuff to say. And that's fantastic. That's what really propels a conversation, is when you're aware of the other people in your conversation and you want them to be heard. Yeah, that's a great thing. What else did you see that was different? What do you think on the outside circle? What did you see them doing that maybe you didn't, or that they did differently than you?
They used those signs
Yeah.
more than we did.
Had a lot more connection. And what did that do for the conversation?
Bigger.
Carried it on, yes. Made it bigger, deeper. It connected it, yeah. And those connections are so important. And I saw some really great comments on our today's meet. I loved what Katie put up here. Trey and Sam, where was it? Something about tag teaming. I don't know if it's right up there or not. Tag teaming. Yes, they were connecting. They were going back and forth in the connection of that discussion. It was fabulous. Could everyone hear everyone?
No.
Lauren's
No.
first comment I couldn't hear, but after that I could hear you good. Zach.
Yeah.
Okay, and when we started out the first conversation, Trey, who was it that you said you couldn't hear? I think, was it Gabby? Gabby started off the conversation. Yeah, even though you have a nice voice, when we're in a room where you were speaking this way and he was behind you, then not everybody can hear you. So you guys did a fabulous, fabulous job. Yes, leave your prep sheets on the desk.
Are we going to do this tomorrow?
No, we're going to start writing.